energy on therapists. I've had timeline therapy, I've had counselling, like I've had osteopathy. I'm not gonna throw away all that for a job. Now, controversial as that might sound, I have always said I would rather have no money at all but be so happy in what I'm doing that it just completely fills me up and fulfills my life. Kind of what I'm doing right now. Than earn so much money and be miserable, because you're just not put on this planet to work and never have any fun and never spend the money that you've spent so long earning. Like, I just don't believe in that. It's not what I'm about. It might be for some other people, but it's not my jam. So I took a really hard look at my life, and to be honest, I thought, if I carry on like this in this role, I could lose everything. I could lose my relationship, which would mean moving out of our house. We've got a puppy together, so what would happen with him? And it was my sanity and my confidence and my self-worth, and I just didn't think that what I was being put through was worth any of that. And I kept warning them and saying, look, if things don't change, I'm gonna have to hand in my notice. I'm under probation still. I can give you a week's notice and I can be out of here, because my mental health is absolutely paramount to me right now. I mean, mental health should be anyway, but for what I've been through, I'm so protective of that now. And I protect my peace at all costs. That, I'm sorry, but you could throw 50 grand at me and I wouldn't take it for love nor money now if the job was not serving me and fulfilling me and wasn't aligned with any of my values or goals, and it was just gonna make me miserable and ill. It's just not worth it. So on a side note, if you're watching this and you're thinking, I'm really getting what this girl's saying, and you're in a job that's making you feel like this, please reach out to me. More than anything, I would love to just be a listening ear. If this is you and you can't see a way out, please know that there is a way out for you. And you just have to do what I did. And basically, the managing director got on a call one Monday evening, and he just said, like, you're not okay, like, what's happening? And this guy was a huge mental health advocate, and I think he could see I'd been struggling for a while. And I just said, I just don't think I can do this anymore, I'm really sorry. And he said, well, have a think, I'll give you a couple of days, I'm gonna need to know what the answer is. But Jade, not speaking as your managing director, speaking as a friend now, you have to do what's good for your mental health. And to be honest, we're only pushing you. This is only 30% of what we expect. And I was like, well, I'm sorry. This is my 100%, 110, 120%. I can't give you any more. And maybe it's because this role just isn't for me. And I'm going to step aside so that someone else can step into this role and do an amazing job, because this is everything I have. And my mental health, my relationships on the line here. And, I've been telling you that this is how I've been feeling for a while. And if you need more from me, I'm sorry, I'm not your girl. So I took a few days and I thought about it and I ran it through with my partner. So this is where the title of this video comes in. I left my corporate job with no plan B. That was the corporate job. This is me leaving. I had no plan B. And let me outline this. I had no part-time job, no business, not a lot of savings or income to fall back on. But because I saw it was damaging my relationship, my mental health, my life, my health, all the things that I hold so dearly to me, that are so important, they're the pillars of who you are, they hold up your life. I made the bravest decision I've made in my life at 27 years old, and I left. And I feel it. I feel it here. I feel it in my chest. I can feel that feeling of the weight lifting when I got on the phone to him and said, look, I think you know my answer. This is me handing in my formal resignation. I will work a week's notice for you and then I'm gone. And I ended up staying an extra couple of weeks, out of courtesy, doing as much as I could. I left at the end of November and I was out on my ass, like, what am I going to do now? But Luckily, towards the end of my career there, I started really thinking about what I'm good at, what I enjoy, where my skills, my strengths, my weaknesses are. And I decided that I don't know, I just had this bizarre thought one day. I was like, I'm going to work for myself and I'm going to do it and I'm going to do great. So I reached out to a friend of mine who is a freelance business owner. She owns a creative social media agency, and I'd worked with her as a freelancer before in a previous agency. And I reached out to her and said, oh my God, I'm doing this really scary thing. I'm leaving this job and I think I'm going to start my own business. And, you know, I have not a lot of money to invest in it. I don't have any clients lined up. And she was like, do it. You will not regret it. It'll be the best thing you ever do. That was December. It's the beginning of April filming this. And I have got to say, it has been a wild ride getting here. So my plan B ended up starting Jade Wolf Media. Who would have thought? It's transitioned, it's changed so much since I started it. It was originally going to be a social media and digital marketing agency for creative and small business owners, which is sort of my background. And then I had some business mentoring with that freelancer's mentor, and she helped me really hone down on really what I wanted to offer. And it came out that I wanted to do digital content writing, and my niche was the wellness or well-being and spiritual sector, because I practice, as you know, I practice a lot of journaling, gratitude, meditation, yoga in my personal life. So I know a lot about it from a personal point of view, so I can provide written content, blogs, newsletters. This is not a business plug, by the way, I'm just telling you what I do. Blogs, newsletters, website copy, content for social media, social ads, that sort of thing. So that's what that's kind of, it still is that, but it's taken on this whole other thing now, whereby I really want to coach you guys and teach you what I've learned in the last 3 years and provide you with the tools that I have been using for the last 3 years in my journaling practice. So I've ended up as, with no plan B, a journaling coach and a creative writer with a bit of social media on the side. So if you're watching this and you're like, hey, I need some of that, then this is your invitation to get in touch. I would love to help you. And if something in this story has resonated with you, I would really love to hear from you. Like I said before on my previous episode, I'm a people person. I love to meet new people, and you know, it's a big wide world out there. Let's connect and see if we can help each other. But as always, thank you so much for being here. I am so grateful for you, and I can't wait to see you again next week. And I hope you've enjoyed this episode of Life Chats with Jade. Take care. I forgot to tell you that I never went to university. I left school at 16. I went straight into work. I worked in retail, then in recruitment, then social media, then I went traveling, came back, digital marketing, influence marketing, self-employed. So I just want to say that if you're watching this and you're a young adult and you're making decisions about where your life is going, and whether you do or you don't want to go to university, make the decision that's right for you and make it yourself. Don't let anybody else, family members, parents, friends, teachers, don't let anyone else make that decision for you. It's your life. You should feel empowered to make the decision to do whatever the hell you want. We only get one life. I really want to drum that in to you. I turned 28 this year. I'm really reflective on the past decade of my life, and honestly, I wouldn't change a thing, because every single experience I've had up until now has grown me into this person. Every heartbreak, every decision, every rejection, and I see rejection as direction from source, from the universe, from God, whatever you want to call it. It just wasn't right for you. So if you've applied for your dream university and they've rejected you, something better is coming to you. If you've applied for the job that you're like, oh my God, yes, I love this company, I've wanted to work here for forever, and you've applied and they don't even get back to you. This has happened to me. It's not you, it is divine intervention from a higher source that you are tapped into all the time, and it wasn't meant for you, and know that something greater was meant for you, and it's coming. The hardest bit, you can only control what it is that you want in your life. The how and the when, forget it. It's up to the universe. You have to be really sure and really intentional and very confident and open about what it is that you want. Journal it, vision board it, write it down, tell people, they hold you accountable. And then you just, and this is the part that I'm not good at because I have a bit of a tendency to control things. You just need to write down, figure out what it is that you want, and then you just need to let it go. And how and when it's going to come back into your life is out of your control. So you have to let it go because it's up to the universe then. And I'd like to leave you with something visual before I sign off this episode. I like to think of the idea, the thought, the feeling, the emotion, whatever it is that you want, the what you want, as like a ball of glowing energy, about, I don't know, suppose for me, about this big. And it's like here, and it's like I can hold it and I can feel the warmth and everything. And what I do is I imagine that I've sort of, it's hard to explain, I'm very visual. I've sort of put what it is that I want in this ball of energy, and I've thrown it, or it's left my mind and it's scooted out so far out into the universe, and it's out there. It just goes blip, and then it's out. It's like you could look at it out the window and see it as a star in the sky, and that would be your what it is that you want. And then I visualize it very soon after it's, hit the sky out there. I visualize it very soon after hurtling back towards me as a comet. And I don't know when or how that comet's ever going to get to me, but I know, because, gravity, I know that it's just going to come hurtling back into my life, and I'll be like, whoa, this shit actually works. Like, it's amazing. So if you found that helpful, please use my analogy. And if you've got something else that you do, I would love to hear what that is. So pop a comment down below. Make sure you're following me on all social media. If you'd like to receive my journaling prompts every Sunday via email, then sign up to Sunday Soul Sessions. There's a link on my website right at the bottom, or I can send you the link if you would like. And yeah, just sending you all my love, and I am looking forward to seeing you again next time. I can't believe I've done this in one take. And let me tell you, I'm going to tell you, typical that I'm losing my voice today. Well, I was going to film. I'll have some tea.